Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We're going to do something a little different today. This is a two-part, or this will be a two-part video. And if you're curious as to why that may be, well, I'm going to tell you right now. What we're going to talk about today is Crescent 9. It is a THC Seltzer. Now, let me read some stuff off the can so we know what we're talking about here. It's 6 milligrams of THC plus 3 milligrams of CBD. What is it? 35 calories, 12 fluid ounces. And it is highly satisfying. Right here on the can. That's how you know it's good. If it says highly satisfying right there on the can. Nowhere does it tell me what flavor it is, so I read the ingredients. It has mango puree. So, obviously, she's mango. It is vegan, non-GMO, made in the USA, and alcohol-free. So there's that. It is from New Orleans. And this is another one of those things that I got when I went to the big crawfish boil over at my friend's place in Slidell. And Keith Daniels, he was the host of that affair, and I nicked this out of his refrigerator. Of course, he knew I was taking it. But anyway, because I really wanted to give it a shot. Now, as far as CBD goes, that's something I have used plenty and continue to do so. When I was living in South Carolina, which I've mentioned a lot in my older videos, we grew hemp. I was a hemp grower. A CBD hemp grower. That's fun. I mean, you never do quite get used to walking past that big field full of plants, and you look over there, and because visually you can't tell, fake weed from the real stuff. I mean, that's what we called it when we were growing it, was fake weed. But anyway, this, it does say that it's less than 0.3% Delta 9 THC. So, look, I'm not expecting, a whole lot. So what we're going to do is I'm going to crack this pig open. We'll talk about why, what it's like, taste-wise, and all of that bit, now that I'm wearing a little bit of it. And then, 30, 45 minutes or something, I'll slide back out here, and we'll see if I'm a little bit more relaxed. Because it has been one crazy, hellacious week at work. Of course, the big event of the week was we have 5 irrigation pumps down at the Mobile Botanical Gardens. I mean, it seems crazy to say it's been a crazy week of work at a garden, right? But I do have 5 irrigation pumps, and they're not small pumps. I mean, these are wells. Nothing little about them. One of them decided to erupt inside the well house, and it got ugly. It got ugly really, really quickly. It's an enclosed little small well house. You can walk around in there, but it's enclosed. So none of the electrical stuff is outdoor rated. So yeah, you guessed it. It was a bit of a snowball effect. So once I got the well repaired and all of the plumbing squared back away, then we had to go through a lot of the electrical and get all of that back up and running. But everything's great now. We got it all wrapped up. Finished it up this morning, and then, back on the usual rat killing. It smells nice. I want to say it smells like, like a mango soda pop, some sort of thing. Flavor-wise, it's pretty nice. It's crisp and light. It's not, it falls somewhere in between. If you watched any of these videos, it's a pretty good middle ground between like the bang mixes that I've done, and I do have one more of those in the review beer fridge, in the mini fridge to do. I'm going to get that knocked out probably tomorrow. and then get that review up and get that done. I've looked for more of those sampler packs. That may be all of the hard seltzers they do, is the 4 that well, I've done 3, and when I do this next one, that'll be all 4. Could be, if I see a pack with some different ones in it, I'll give it a shot. But if you watch one of those videos, I tell you what, I'll link one of them up here. That way you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. And then I did another seltzer, a hard seltzer, ranch water. I'll link that as well, up one right after the other up there, and then you can get some sort of comparison. But this is kind of falls into the middle ground. The ranch water basically tastes like Alka-Seltzer. I mean, or LaCroix. It was bad, and the Bang mixes are really, really heavy flavor-wise. They did a good job on those, but there's a lot of they do use sucralose, so it's got that bit of the artificial sweetener aftertaste. But other than that, I just couldn't find anything wrong with them. This is kind of a middle ground in there. It's, if you've ever had a Fresca, this is a little bit like that. Now you can see the color. It's a pale yellow. You know what it looks like? It looks like a hazy IPA, a lightly colored hazy IPA. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, as just a thirst quencher, I could probably do that. Let's look at some of these at 35 calories. I might have mentioned that. Here's a shocker: 0 grams of saturated fat. Also, no trans fats, which I myself am probably fairly heavily laden with. Yeah, I kind of thought it'd have a little bit of sodium, 5.5 milligrams, 3 grams of carbohydrates, dietary fiber, 0. Total sugars, man, it's so little. I think it's 8 grams. Added sugars, 10% of your daily recommended allowance. If that means anything to you, if you keep up with that sort of thing. 5% of what you need on the vitamin C, and 40 milligrams of caffeine. Didn't see that one coming. Yeah, I mean, that's just pretty nice. It's got a little sour edge and fruity. I rather like it. Now, it is distributed by Crescent Distributors, North Carolina, LLC. Maybe not. Crescent Distributors NC, LLC, not North Carolina. I just said it from New Orleans. 4505 Magazine Street, New Orleans, Louisiana. I've been up down Magazine a bunch in my day. So I guess we'll just leave it at that. I've told you pretty much everything you need to know about it. I am going to relax right now. I'm telling you, man, between and getting rained on and rained out, trying to fix all that garbage, it was just a rough week. So I'm going to just I'm going to turn this off, sit here and relax and finish this, and then I'll come back out and we'll talk about whether or not, I'm relaxing a little bit more than I may, normally. And I won't consume any adult malted beverages before I do that. How about that? All right. See you soon. As promised, here I am back again. It's been 45 minutes since I finished off the Crescent 9 THC Seltzer, and I finished it off pretty quick. I mean, it's actually fairly pleasant, but we covered all of that. Now we're just going to talk about, what's going on now, 45 minutes later, which is, I don't know, Definitely takes the edge off, I would say. I mean, I was super relaxed. Could have taken one serious quality nap, but I fought that off. You know, if it was available, I think I'd probably buy some. You know, but you know what? You know, where else can I go after that? I mean, it's not available in my area, so oh well. So suffice it to say, it's a pleasant carbonated beverage, and I feel like it does, you know, have some relaxing benefits. I'm never going to argue, you know, anything about particularly CBD and THC. So there you have it. If it's available in your area, do give it a try. I think it's definitely worth it. And now, now if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go get something to eat.